So this is a list of rappers that we have lost in 2020. And I'm going to start out with Lexi Elijay. Okay, so on January 1st of 2020, rapper Lexi Elijay was found dead in a downtown Minneapolis hotel room, and the Star Tribune brought that report. She was 21 years old. Less than a month later, the Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office revealed that the cause of her death was accidental overdose, that she died from a mixture of fentanyl and ethanol toxicity. Now, per the Star Tribune, the rap artist, whose real name is actually Alexis Elijay Lynch, was a ascendant star. On SoundCloud, she had over 100,000 streams, and she was featured on Kehlani's 2015 Grammy-nominated album, You Should Be Here. Kehlani even took to social media to tell people like, hey man, please, 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 love on your people. Pretty much like what DDave did when he said, check on your people. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave your people out here hanging. Sometimes people just need a call after his brother committed suicide. Then we have Fifth Ward Webby. Now, Fifth Ward Webby is a pioneer of New Orleans bounce music, and he died in a hospital due to complications that are related to a surgery for a ruptured artery. And that was on January 9th of 2020. Now, he was 42 years old. And in addition to an appearance on Drake's 2018 hit, Nice for What, Webby, whose real name is Jerome Cosi, was a local legend with songs like 2005, Fuck Katrina, and 2014's Let Me Find Out. He's a member of the city's hip-hop subgenre bounce music from the late 90s all the way up. The rapper-dancer's death, which was mourned by countless fellow rappers like Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne, and so on and so forth. A lot of people just remember him as somebody significant. They said that New Orleans has lost a cornerstone of our culture. Our city will not be the same without his voice and his spirit. Meanwhile, Louisiana rep Cedric Richmond actually said that Webby embodied the soul of New Orleans. In an official statement, a legend gone far too soon. I'm grateful his legacy will be ingrained in New Orleans culture for years to come, is what he actually said. I offer my support and my condolences to Jerome's family during this difficult time. So he was known around his city as a strong representative, even to those in suit and ties. The next person is Trey Cole. Now, rapper Trey Cole, whose real name is actually Luck Treadwell, he was killed in a shooting while he was parked on his family's street in North Phoenix, Arizona on January 17th of 2020. And Fox 10 brought that report. He was 21 years old. He was an up-and-coming rapper. Artist's body was found inside his Dodge Charger, which had been riddled with bullets. And this was according to the police reports. Now, according to the police also, prior to someone firing between 20 to 30 shots inside the vehicle. So they riddled his vehicle with bullets from the outside first. This is the police report that said they riddled the vehicle with bullets from the outside first. And then inside the vehicle, they fired about 20 to 30 shots inside the vehicle. An SUV was seen chasing the rapper's car. A day after his death, Arizona's ABC reported that no suspects have been identified so far. The young rapper had released 3 lead singles in 2019 through Apple Music. This year, Safe Around and Got It In, Send It Out. Got It In, Send It Out. This Year, Safe Around. Those are the 3 songs he released. Most recently, he was featured on SoundCloud rapper Keys' Gifted that same September. When asked for a comment on Trey Cole's untimely passing, the rapper's father said, "I'm not even ready for the memorial. I'm not ready to make any kind of statement. I'm sorry." He is broken. Moving right along. DDave. A lot of y'all might not know these rappers, but believe me, a lot of people out there do. So DDave. Rapper DDave was fatally shot outside his apartment building in Baltimore, Maryland on January 24th, 2020. And the Baltimore Sun reported this one. He was 29 years old. DDave, whose real name is actually David Leroy King Jr., is survived by his girlfriend and his 10-year-old son. Now, during an interview with Stop the Breaks in 2014, the late rap artist, whose most recent music released was No More Humble in December of 2019, listed the likes of J. Cole, Drake, Dom Kennedy, Kendrick Lamar, Wiz Khalifa, Jay-Z, The Lox, Jadakiss, Currency, Joey Badass, all these other rappers who he said make great music and helped him with his ideas. However, he revealed how he felt like hip-hop ain't breathing the right way, he said. And he jokingly added that it's on life support right now. So much garbage music is being made, bruh. We need to save the music. You know what I mean? And then, boom, he lost his life. Big Buddha is our next one. And Big Buddha is a Washington, D.C. rapper. Big Buddha was shot and killed while he was sitting in his vehicle or in a vehicle on February 1st of 2020. And Fox 5 reported this one. And according to police, the rapper later died at a nearby hospital. Big Buddha, whose death comes just months after the loss of his mother, was only 24 years old and is survived by his 1-year-old son. Damn. Crazy. Pop Smoke is next. And who can forget? Brooklyn-born rapper Pop Smoke. He died in the early morning hours of February 19th, 2020, after being shot in the Hollywood Hills, California home, right? He reportedly rented this home and they were having a party there and he was flashing some money on social media and large stacks of money. And it is said that they came out to get that money. He was only 20 years old. His real name is Bashar Baraka Jackson. And he had been attending a party when 2 men who were wearing hoodies and masks broke into the home and fired multiple shots. By this point, we've already seen the videos and everything. They ran in the house. It looked like it was a home invasion. They ran out. One person went back in the house and shot him up multiple times and came back out the house, right? So it was some kind of an execution killing at some point. I don't know if it's for what he said. I don't know if somebody called the shot on him. I don't know what it is, but he lost his life in that matter. Now, according to Los Angeles Times, his death came after his second mixtape, Meet the Woo 2, landed at number 7 on the Billboard Top 200 list. Number 7 on Billboard Top 200. And he since went number 1. This was a sequel to his breakthrough mixtape 2019, Meet the Woo, which has garnered over 280 million global streams and featured the rapper's hit song, Welcome to the Party. It was later remixed with Nicki Minaj. And of course, his album was co-executive produced by 50 Cent after his passing, and it went on to top the charts. He just won't be here to collect his Grammy or his glory or all the other accolades that were coming his way. Everybody in the industry knows he was on the verge of hitting it really, really big. Some people say possibly putting New York back on the map, because the South took that position for a long time. And he was seen as the one that could have done the saving. Anyhow, moving right along. China Rogers, man. So China Rogers was a model and a rising rap star out of Philadelphia. She died of an accidental drug overdose. And this was reported by Page 6. She was 25 years old. China was deeply loved, and she will be sorely missed, is what her family statement said. Now, according to Billboard, Rogers signed with Ford Model Agency at 14 years old. She then became friends with ASAP Mob founder ASAP Yams, who inspired her to pursue a music career. Now, I don't know if you remember, but ASAP Yams passed away. She said, I tweeted them pictures I took at the show. I wanted to A&R, and I was inspired by the way ASAP Yams went about molding ASAP Rocky's career. The selfie singer told the publication in 2017. She had struggled with opiate addiction for a while, and she examined that in her 2016 mixtape called 90. She also discussed her drug dependency with Vibe in 2018. She said, I felt crazy. I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want to go out that way. And people be like, I told you so, or glamorize it, the drugs, because I don't feel like that, she said. It was a nerve-wracking time to be open, but when you see how many people who are dealing with the same thing, it's good to have some kind of example, someone like you didn't expect to be going through it. Well, she is no longer with us, and her struggles claimed her. Nick Blixie is another one. So Nick Blixie is a Brooklyn rapper whose real name is Nicholas Thompson. He was shot and killed outside a building near Prospect Park in New York, according to NYPD and NBC News. He was 21 years old. According to report, Blixie was shot in the torso and in the buttocks. So probably shot him in the stomach, and he spun around, and while he was laying face down, they shot him in the ass. He was found unconscious and unresponsive by emergency personnel, and he was pronounced dead at the nearby hospital. At the time of this writing, no arrests have been made so far. Now, a representative for Blixie, whose name is Nakeem Garrison, confirmed the rapper's death in an email and said he was signed to me as an artist, and after working with him, he just became family. This is what Garrison said. Very great young man. I highly respected him, and I don't respect that many young men in today's society. So that itself speaks volumes. Mack P Dog. Mack P Dog. On April 6th of 2020 in Los Angeles, the rapper Mack P Dog, whose real name is Joshua Andretti Galvez, he was shot and killed in Koreatown. And this is according to the LAPD and the rap. He was 24 years old. An unidentified female victim was in stable condition at a local hospital at the time of this report. The suspect approached him on foot, fired multiple rounds, striking both him and the female he was with. LAPD Public Information Officer Norma Eisenman said the suspect fled in a vehicle in an unknown direction. Now, Mack P is best known for his song, Let Me Know, featuring Ogeezy and his collaborations with Shoreline Mafia on tracks like Half and Half and Breakdown, among others. He is no longer with us. Now, shortly after Mack P Dog's death, his friend and Shoreline Mafia member, Phoenix Flexin, released a track that was called R.I.P. Mack P Dog to honor the fallen soldier. And from the start of their friendship, as it transformed into a brotherhood bond, this tear-jerking, heartfelt tribute truly captures the current state of mind of our West as they grieve on the passing of their little brother, KJ Bala. Now, KJ Bala is a Brooklyn rapper whose real name is Kennedy Joseph Noel, and he was shot in the chest in the borough's East New York neighborhood on May 22nd of 2020. And this is according to the New York Daily News reports. He was later pronounced dead at Brooklyn University Medical Center, and he was 23 years old. Another man who was with KJ Bala at the time of his murder was also shot 3 times, but he was expected to survive. He's never coming home. This is what KJ Bala's mom said. Valencia Smith, she said, he's never coming home. He was my only son. She's calling the drive-by shooter coward. She wants to say that jealousy and envy overtook your heart and took a very important piece of my heart. I'm so heartbroken, it'll never be the same again. Now, according to word on the street, is that KJ Bala was actually blowing up. He was hitting the streets hard, and he was one of the next big things to jump off. And jealousy and envy was a part of what took him out. And of course, King Von. Now, King Von, on November 6th of 2020, Chicago rapper King Von was shot and killed outside the Monaco hookah lounge in downtown Atlanta. His stuff was well publicized, also with a video of the altercation that led to his shooting. It's on social media. He was 26 years old, and according to Atlanta Police Department, King Von, whose real name is Davon Daquan Bennett, he was shot in the parking lot after a fight between 2 groups of men escalated to gunfire. 2 off-duty officers who were working security at the club intervened. At that time, they said that our investigators believe that Mr. Bennett, which is Vaughn, was shot during the initial shootout between the 2 groups of males. King Von's manager has given a different account. He said there weren't no shootout between 2 different groups of males. There was a shooting. The only person that pulled a gun out and shot was the person that shot King Von, and he himself was shot. And after he fired 2 shots, one hitting King Von in his back, after he fired 2 shots, they heard a barrage of bullets. And all these bullets were coming from law enforcement officials that were close by. When the incident first happened, it was put out on social media that King Von was killed by Atlanta police officers, which later proved to be not the truth, because in video we can see him being shot by a person that they now have in custody for his shooting. And of course, this made it even more sensationalized or sensational because another rapper who is rather popular himself, Quando Rondo, was said to have been involved. Now there are even talks that it was Quando Rondo's friend who shot him, or NBA Youngboy's associate who shot King Von, and NBA Youngboy and King Von had beef from before, so his homeboy got him on his behalf. I don't know how true that is. I just know that we lost somebody that's really talented, and that's where it ends at 26. Mo 3 is our next one. And on November 11th of 2020, Dallas rapper Mo 3 was shot and killed during an altercation on the Interstate 35. He was 28 years old. Mo 3 just did an interview with, I believe it's Vlad TV. So TMZ reported that both Mo 3, whose real name is Melvin A. Noble, and his assailant, the person who he was traveling with, were traveling northbound on the Interstate 35 at the time of the fatal shooting. Dallas Police Department reported that Mo 3 was shot multiple times by an unknown black male suspect who fled the scene in a dark-colored sedan. A CBS affiliate in Dallas-Fort Worth reports that Mo 3 got out of his vehicle and began running southbound on the freeway when the gunman approached and was killed after suspect chased the victim and fired multiple rounds at him. A bystander was also shot. So you hear that. CBS affiliate in Dallas, Fort Worth, reports that Mo 3 actually got out of his vehicle and began running. So remember, they were heading northbound. He got out of his vehicle and started running southbound on the freeway on foot when the gunman approached and was killed after. Suspects chased the victim and fired multiple rounds at him, so he was running for his life. And they caught up on him and killed him. A bystander was shot also. Mo 3 was transported to the hospital where he later died, and at the time of this writing, the suspect still remains at large. Funny enough, Mo 3 is also an associate of Boosie, and Boosie's vehicle just got shot up, and Boosie just took a bullet as well, although his bullet was below the knee, in the leg, not fatal. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. Sad. I'm out. Peace.